Welcome back, guys. It's RC Steve 710, and we're showing you what I've been up to with my CR18P Pro Juice Up Edition. I've upgraded it with some of the best products you can, so check it out. This is the newest BurntBagelRC Barrage chassis for the Hobby Plus platform. It features an easy swap over setup that enhances the overall performance, and especially with RC Steve 710 links, you can get the maximum performance from your rig. We've thrown an RC Steve 710 specific link set for this chassis, which overall increases the belly clearance area as well as features outboard link geometry, which overall enhances the stability and performance. Up front, we're handling the steering power with an NSDRC RS100 micro servo paired with the aluminum servo horn. We're rocking the VTEC Escape 32 brushless ESC, which makes for an incredible driving experience. As well as we added some increased weight oil up to 60 weight with some front limiting bands in the front, and in the rear nice and plush with a little bit of preload in the back. My favorite feature of this chassis is the extreme high clearance breakover achieved by having the rear output of the transmission nice and high and keeping the front motor nice and low, increasing overall LCG performance. And we're rocking some RC 4-wheel drive scramblers with some Flub RC inserts. We have slime balls in the front and UF cups in the rear. Let's go ahead and get this out on the rocks and see how this does. One of the main concerns that I wanted to address with the CR18P Pro was the lack of stability handling the side hills. It would tend to flop over pretty easily, especially something like this situation. So having the outboard link geometry with the RC Steve links as well as those front limiting bands really help minimize the overall excess articulation in the truck and keeps everything nice and planted. Right off the bat, this truck is squeezing through a very tight notch, which I was pretty impressed. The traction in the tires, everything's working perfectly. So I was just impressed that something with a wider axle stance got up and through that no problem. With the portals and the 12-degree skid, you can see that high breakover, sharp little point rock. You just cruise over it no problem. And this rock gap is one of the harder little tech lines in the park. So I love this rock gap, and this truck handled it perfectly. As you can tell, the grip, the traction, everything, and right when it found that hook, the tire just wanted to pull itself up and over with that extra breakover clearance. Thanks to this chassis and the high clearance links, the performance, we're able to unlock new lines that we weren't thinking that was possible with the CR18P stock rails. So as you can see, this slight undercling vertical rock pretty much kind of hit it just at the right spot and handled it no problem. So since we're running these RC four-wheel drive scramblers, we are losing a few millimeters versus the stock tires. These ones come in around 62 millimeters, which I actually really dig on this truck. It makes it look a little bit more proportionate, as well it's going to increase my center of gravity performance. You know, we had to come over to one of the gatekeeper lines at the park. Was curious to see how it managed to get up, despite the fact that it did just finish raining about 30 minutes prior to getting to the park. So while this is some super slick rock, it also seemed like it managed to wash away and dry up just in time to get some good proper traction. This thing's rocking pretty smooth, and with the links, getting the best breakover clearance possible, both vertical and during descents. This was one of those lines that we showed on the last video. We weren't just able to get with the stock chassis rails, just had too much belly hanging down. So with this chassis, we had to come try it again, and of course, just wants to walk it like a nice stroll in the park. I don't know about you guys, but I love when my tires float over obstacles seamlessly. So that's one of the benefits of having the outboard link geometry, is you're really going to get that enhanced stability and control, and really predict where your truck's going to go. wanted to get a sidewall test, especially paired with the scramblers and the Flub RC slime ball inserts. You can see we have plenty of tire conformity, but we also have proper sidewall support. And the F cups, we have a little bit of rear sliding in the back, which is just exactly what I tuned for. These inserts definitely help some of the techier type of lines, such as handling off camber, side hills, when you need to pull at the very end, such as this line. And speaking of this line, at the very end we weren't able to achieve this crazy tight gapped kind of V-notch vertical climb. So with the inserts, the tires, everything working right, we're able to squeeze through and get up and over. Such a blast driving this truck, and just before it started to rain a little bit harder, we had to finish it off with the crack of doom. Check out the tires conforming nicely to the rocks, and of course that NSDRC RS100 pulling us through no problem through these tight squeeze bound up situations. And instead of shooting out to the descent line, we were able to get some traction, pull off to the left side, and hit our bonus line. I really dig the Barrage chassis, guys. It's such a big difference coming from the stock chassis rails. And if you already have the juice up CR18P with all the included upgrades, you can't go wrong with adding better breakover and extra stability. So if you want to get your hands on a Barrage chassis and some RC Steve 710 links, I will leave all the information down in the description below. And let me know, guys, what do you guys think about the Barrage chassis? Does this entice you guys to pick up a CR18P truck if you haven't tried one yet? I'm curious to see. And if you guys are looking forward to any more running videos of any of my personal collection, please stay tuned, guys, because we'll be getting this channel cranking up a little bit more. So appreciate all you guys. With that being said, have a great one, and I'm out.